Oh, right. Yeah, obviously Candace Owens has had the death threat. Apparently, she's cancelled her show. Like, I see that. I mean, I heard she said that she had a death threat, but actually, like, everyone in America was talking about it. But, yeah, I watched what Officer Tatum had to say, and I was thinking, come on. And then I read his comments. The comments is crazy. But yeah, listen to what he had to say.
Who knows? Let's talk about Candace Owens. People have been crying for me to talk about Candace Owens every day of the week. When are you going to talk about Candace Owens? When are you going to talk about Candace Owens? Well, people may not realize Candace Owens is not.
It's that tactic again. Or you're crying. If people aren't crying, you've built a platform based off of honesty and telling honesty even when it's hard, which is Christian, to be honest. To to tell the truth even when, I don't know, you're getting crucified for it.
A social media influencer to me. Candace Owens is still a really good friend of mine. I still love her to death, even though we disagree on a few things. I know she disagrees with me. We disagree. Friends can disagree. Me and my wife disagree. I'm not going to divorce my wife. And Candace and I disagree. She's not going to stop being my friend, even though I don't like some stuff that she say, and she don't like stuff that I say. But anyway, this is bigger than Israel and all of this stuff. If somebody trying to kill Candace, that's a problem to me. That is a crazy problem to me. And this is not something I just read on the internet because I text Candace because I got her number. I talked to Candace. I text her. I said, well, that's crazy. I'm praying for you, sis. What is going on here? And she pretty much told me, and I'm not going to say what our private message was, but she pretty much alluded to the fact that she got evidence that they did some little shenanigans over there in France and they hired somebody to kill her.
Did you hear the word he threw in there? She alluded to the fact that she had evidence. That is not evidence. He hasn't seen evidence. He's just believing her.
Now, am I shocked that somebody would hire somebody to kill Candace or anybody that's extremely popular? I'm not shocked. They tried to kill Trump. They killed Charlie. And I would assume that people that don't like her, she's talking about Bridget Macron got a wang wang. And they
So what? France now tried to shoot Trump and killed. But, like, no, that's not what she's been talking about recently. That's what she was talking about before Charlie died. Since Charlie died, all she spoke about is, I know exactly everything she said about Charlie Kirk's death because I've watched it through channels like Jay Witt who make fun of her. Like, I've literally watched her podcast along with Jay Witt and we laughed together. But yeah, uh, that's not what she's been talking about since Charlie died. What she's been talking about since Charlie died is that everybody around Charlie is involved. People are getting death threats. It's like, this is what she's talking about. And, well,
didn't like it. But it's still
and you think that, I mean, they're already suing
probably
her.
didn't like it. But it's still not right.
But here's the thing. His fans ain't having it. And this is what I'm saying. Candice can gaslight her followers. You can't do it with yours because you haven't built your platform off of crazy nut jobs. Nick creeps me out. I also don't believe anything Candy says. I'll never believe anything Candy says again. Some of these are to do with other things he mentioned at MTG. Does anybody see something bigger here? Over 5 of our biggest supporters have turned and gone rogue like they were never conservatives in the first place. What is going on? Is this intentional? CO is a clown. Come on, Brandon, you know better. She's been lying this whole time, lying about Israel's involvement and lying about Erica and lying about TPUSA, but all of a sudden she's not lying about this. Sorry, nobody has to try and make Candice look bad. She does that all by herself. Candice is worried about her life and could be murdered by a number of people she's lied about. I think she wants the blame pointed towards France and Israel just to cause the maximum amount of trouble from her grave. That's a bit wild. She definitely wants the finger pointed at France and Israel because she said the French are trying to kill me with one Israeli suspect. Candace Owens is the main reason Charlie Kirk's wife and close friends at TPUSA are getting tons of death threats and horrible comments on their social media, even after they've repeatedly asked her to stop. But somehow I'm supposed to feel bad for her now. How am I supposed to believe anything she's claiming when she's been caught lying multiple times and still hasn't provided a single piece of evidence, even though she demands it from TPUSA. Where is your evidence, Candy? I'm just asking questions. I feel sorry for all the innocent people whose lives she and her cult have dragged. Yeah, literally. Candice will say anything for clicks, for attention and clicks. If Candice was in serious threat, the last thing a rational person would do is tweet. I'd contact law enforcement and get private security. She hasn't stopped to think about her kids and the consequences. To stop about her kids and the consequences of her words, I guess. The one episode I skipped over watched Candy say that she was willing to put her entire reputation on the line to prove that Bridget McCrone is a man. The McCrone's countersuit made me realise she doesn't do any research and posts whatever rumours she gets as long as it fits her narrative. As well, this is the thing. She gets an email and she reads it out as fact. Now, in the Bible, and again, where Western civilization got it from, the Bible, it says 2 or 3 witnesses, not just one. You can't just have one. Like, we don't accept that in court. In fact, eyewitness and it is one of the worst sources of evidence because people get shit wrong all the time. But yeah, it's like you can't get something and then just throw it out on your podcast to millions of people. It's like you're not like if you get the same thing 2, 3 times, then you can actually it's worth looking into it. Candice is so important and threatening. Leaders of multiple countries gather secretly to plot her assassination. Then they leak the information. Yeah. Nobody wants to kill her. It's just good for propaganda. Nobody cares about her. Candice does not need the French government to make her look bad. That ship has sailed. Yep. Someone's being paid to deceive her. What the hell? She is an investigative journalist, right? How could anyone deceive her? She has gut feelings and dreams. She does make any of this make sense. She always says she has evidence. Show it for once. How can you be so darn right about everything, MTG, etc., and choose to turn a blind eye to CO's insanity? You are instinctively right about so much, but you are blinded by your connection to CO, and it's a real shame. She is not important to kill. Most of the world is laughing at her insanity. Literally, like outside of the people that believe her, everyone else is laughing at her. The channels I watch to do with Candace Owens is people making fun of her, literally making fun of her. Whether it's the Lady Luck Club, Storybox, Milk Bar TV, Jay Witt, both sides. Yeah, they all just make fun of her. Miss Owens really needs help. Brandon, stop. She has fallen off the Trump truck. Now France is responsible for killing Charlie Kirk. Did you see the bit when she said that she's now sure that Charlie Kirk was murdered as a warning to Candice and Tucker to shut up? I mean, how, again, narcissistic is that? That someone gets murdered and you think it's, oh, they got murdered as a warning to you. Why not kill you? She's your friend and that's okay, but a government isn't that sloppy. There wouldn't be a team with that information, only the top of the top, and those hand few wouldn't leak. Yeah, this is what I'll say about Officer Tatum. I don't think he's smart. He's sensible. And he's built an audience of sensible thinking people. And they're not having it. Tatum, I'm so sorry, but Candice is lying. She's not vetting her information. The Egyptian plane situation was fraudulent. I checked the flights. The pregnant mummy sleuth gave her fake flights, change locations, and make the flights look like they were in the USA, or place flights into a time period where the planes was grounded in order to make it look like it arrived where Erica was. Then there was a building number of the place where the Delaware attorney for her McCrone case was located. Some people are trolling her and she and her team are fabricating information. I know you love Candice, and I think you are in a situation in which The person you thought she was is not who she really is. I've been through it, it's heartbreaking, but she is most likely lying or was given bad info. Why would she not release all the info? Why would she not contact the authorities? It's clear as well. It's kind of a bit like what like Opie and Anthony. I've heard Opie and Anthony say it, and Howard they got it from Howard Stern. That if you're going to have a week off, you make up something on your last show that something crazy happens, and then pretend like you're banned for a week, and it creates things, even though you and the company both know you was going to take a holiday that week. It just keeps people talking about you while you're not on air. And it's Thanksgiving this week, isn't it, in America? Um, where was we? I've been through it. It's heartbreaking. I've been through it too. Why would she not contact the authorities? It doesn't make sense. She says she has proof, but did she show you proof? She alluded to that she had proof. Tatum, there is something wrong with her and she has become paranoid or her personality disorder is getting worse. She most definitely has MPD. I don't know what that is. What MPD is. It's exploding. Oh, narcissistic personality disorder. She could have PPD. What would that be? PP, I don't know. Psychotic personality disorder. Um, Please ask her to get help if you really care about her, and then tell her she needs to be evaluated. She really does. She's insane. As soon as she added an Israeli, we know they are trolling her because she does not do vetting nor real investigation. She just looks for stuff that can be used for her storytelling biases. She's crazy. Why would the French government go after Charlie? To shut her up. Obviously, Kimbers, you're not listening to her. To shut her, to warn, they killed Charlie Kirk so her and Tucker be quiet. I'm sad to see you go this way with the Candice delusion conspiracy. You were one of the few still holding an honest, courageous stand. We weren't here for your reading skills or knowledge of stakes, but for your discernment, which you have obviously lost. Another one bites the dust. How funny this attack on her came out after she exposed on the address she had connected to the Egyptian. That's what I mean. How can her fans not put her in like the picture as well? If that address that the Egyptian plane's linked to is also linked to Macron lawyers, it's like, yeah. Brandon, that woman CO, I don't think she has any real proof that she's being targeted. I know that woman is like a sister to you, but I just hope deep down you understand that this woman has been spreading false information surrounding child. Like, well, yeah, when he said, "Oh yeah, she's talking about the Macron," she hadn't talked about the Macrons for ages. Honestly, I've listened to every word. I've never watched Candice's show until Charlie died and she put herself as the main character. Candice got caught over the weekend. She had an address connected to Kirk murder, but over the weekend, that was the address to her attorney's office. She got busted. For some reason, all the secret info always lands with Candace Owens. She is dangerous and a paranoid lunatic. As soon as she mentioned Israel, I thought Candice and her conspiracy again. Here we go. She made all the possible money from Charlie Kirk's death. No more money there, so now she's going into her next conspiracy. At this point, Candice will probably hire someone to do a near miss. Yeah. But like I say, everyone's calling him out. Why doesn't she show the evidence? It's a lie. We know who killed Charlie. You are losing me, Brandon. I understand you are a friend. She is a liar. Why would you repeat a lie? Yeah, this is what I mean. Someone wrote as well. Um, I blocked everyone who talks about CO. I don't want that devil in my thoughts. Um, Proverbs 4:12, there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Um, there's one that said, and I actually thought, I don't know whether he's actually talking about Officer Tatum or not. Let me see. But as you can see, they're not on her side, not on his side or her side. And that's the thing. Officer Tatum's fans aren't Candace Owens fans. They're not nut jobs. I am sorry, but I don't trust her. Officer Tatum, you're a smart man. You should recognise that Candace is formulating that to make it look like that her life is as popular as Charlie Kirk. Candace is doing all that for clicks. In your expertise, you should research it yourself. Um, Yeah, this one. This is one I thought. I wonder if it's. I don't know whether this is that because, like I say, it's kind of not giving anything. But fake Christians are running rampant. I don't know whether that was aimed at Officer Tatum for because you can't do that. It's like you have to tell the truth, and telling the truth when it's easy, being honourable when it's easy, being courageous when it's easy doesn't count. It's like Ned Stark says. The only time a man can be like when he says, "I woke with fear." My when Rob Stark says about his dad, my dad told me that he wakes with fear in the morning and he goes to bed with fear at night. I said, "How can a man be brave and be afraid?" And he said, "My dad said that's the only time a man can be brave," and it's true. If you're not afraid, it's not brave. If you've got nothing to lose behind saying the truth, it's not brave. But yeah, to speak the truth is honestly, she is hurting TPUSA and Erica. It hurts my heart. Do you know what? No, I think she's going to be in for a big surprise when the Tyler Robinson case happens and everyone sees the evidence. All of the people that she's named have a legitimate case to sue her, and she's named Bill Ackman, Josh Hammer, Seth Dillon, Erica Kirk, Kash Patel, Trump, Bibi Netanyahu, Tyler Robinson's parents, um, Rob and Mikey McCoy, Frank Turek. Like, I think once the case comes out, all of these people have a very good case that she implemented them in a murder case with zero evidence. Oh my God, she got on your head. Come on, Brandon. Candice's note said there was one Israeli. That person does not necessarily have to be part of the government, nor does it mean they are Jewish. Many people live in Israel from various backgrounds. Cannot assume. True. Candice is either being played or she is making stuff up. Another of Candice's lies for clickbait. Do you know who said you were paid by Candace Owens? She is the one who said they were all paid 7,000 to contradict her. That's another thing as well. She said that paid 7K to contradict her, but she offered 10,000 for anybody to come out and admit that they got paid 7,000. She'll pay them 10,000. Did anyone ever come forward with that? Anyone? But yeah, that's the video. Sweet.